Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, my dear students. You are welcome once again to Business Studies class on e-learning. Last lesson, we started our topic on double entry bookkeeping. Double entry bookkeeping, where we discuss the definition and those rules that should be applied when dealing with double entry bookkeeping. The golden entry system says for every double entry, for every debit entry, there must be a corresponding credit entry. And for every credit entry, there must be a corresponding debit entry. So, and I told you, whenever you have a giver, you must have a receiver. That is where we stop. Today, we are going to continue on the procedure of double entry bookkeeping. So the following are the procedures of double entry bookkeeping. The first one is that there should be a keeping of books of account. The keeping of books of account. The keeping of books of account is the first one. Before you can establish your accounting procedure, you must keep a book of accounting system. The second one is the division of each book into separate accounts. Division of each of these books into separate accounts. Division of each of this very book into separate accounts. Meaning that you have to have a separate book for each of your transactions. Separate book of each of your transactions. The third one is that each of this very account is divided into two halves. When I say halves, H-A-L-V-E-S, halves, meaning that it should have two sides. Leading us to the fourth procedure here. The left hand side is the first half, which is said to be the receiving side. The receiving side, and it is called debit side. Once again, the left hand side is a receiving side, which is called debit side. The fifth procedure is that of our right hand side, which is meant for the given side, and it is called the credit side. It is called the credit side. That is the fifth one. The sixth preparation here is that of the preparation of two accounts, meaning that you have to prepare the given account and you have to prepare the receiving account. It also means that you are going to prepare the giver account and that of a receiver account. It now leads us to the seventh procedure here, which is the identification of given account. You have to identify your given account. At the same time, the eighth point here is that you have to identify the receiving account, meaning that you have to identify which transactions is going to the receiving account. The next procedure is the application of that very principle of the giver. The application of the principle of the giver, that is on your credit side. The last one is the application of the principle of the receiver. Application of the principle of the receiver. That is the debit side. The debit side. So we have around 10 procedure here. Procedure number 1 is that you are going to, the first thing is to identify your accounting system. Identification of your accounting system. So the first one, I said you keep the book of accounts. Keeping of the book of accounts. The second one is the division of each of the book into a separate accounting. Separate account. The separate account. The separate account. Then the other one is that each of these accounts should be divided into 2. That is 2 halves. The first half is on the left hand side, which is on the debit side. The second one is the right hand side, which is on the credit side. It is followed by account of the to be debited, which is followed by account to be credited. So these are the various procedure of your accounting system. We now move on to the steps in recording cash transaction. We have 2 transactions. We have cash transactions, then we have credit transactions. For the cash transactions, these are the transactions that involve payment immediately, that very transaction takes place. Cash transaction means payment being paid immediately after the transaction is being made. But for the credit transactions, it is a situation whereby you didn't pay at immediate transaction, meaning that you defer that very payment to the other time. So quickly, let us now look into the steps that has to be followed in your cash transactions. So the first one is that of the preparation of 2 accounts. Preparation of 2 accounts. You have to prepare 2 accounts. The debit side, or let me say the debit account, and that of the credit account. So the second one is identification of given account. That is the giver's account. Giver's account. The third one is identification of receiving account. That is receiver's account. The fourth one is applying that principle of the giver. Applying the principle of the giver. You know, I told you, for every giver there must be a receiver. So the application of this principle is the application of principle of giver, which is on the credit side. Then the last but not the least is that of the application of principle of receiver, that is on the debit side of your account. So all these are the steps in recording cash transactions. Where we started is on the procedure of our entering of double entry system. The procedure of double entry system. That is where we started. And I told you we have around 9 procedure or 10. So the first one is keeping of book of account, division of each of the book into separate books. Each of that very account should be divided into halves, which is on the left hand side and that of the right hand side. The left hand side is meant for the debit side, while the right hand side is meant for the credit side. Then this 6th one is that of one account has to be debited. then the other account has to be credited. Then there must be a given account and there must be a receiving account. So those are the procedure of double entry system. Then the last one I discussed with you today is on the step in recording your cash transactions. Cash transactions. When I say cash transaction, I said it's a means of payment that occur as a matter of payment immediately. So the first one is preparing two accounts. The second one is identify the given account. The third one is identify the receiving account, while the fourth one is the principle of giver, and the last one is the principle of a receiver. That is, inshallah, where we are going to stop for today's topic and today's lesson. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spare our life till the other time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The procedure of cash transactions. By cash transactions, we mean payment immediately after you might have buy anything. That is cash transactions. The opposite of cash transactions is that of credit transactions. But inshallah, for now, we are going to deal with the procedure of cash transactions at your level. So the first one is that one account has to be debited. One account has to be debited. One account has to be debited. The other one is that one account has to be credited. One account has to be credited. Then earlier I said for every particular giver there must be a particular receiver. For every particular giver we must have a particular receiver. And that's the reason why you should have account for the giver and at the same time have account for a receiver. So account has to be debited and account has to be credited. Also, you must prepare a particular giver's account. Preparation of giver's account. Once again, preparation of giver's account. Then the last one is that of a preparation of receiver's account. Preparation of receiver's account. So by the time you are preparing account for the giver, then you should prepare account also for the receiver. So these are the summary of your cash transactions. The cash transactions, I said it is means of paying immediately after the transaction is made. Payment immediately after the transaction is made. So that is the procedure for cash transactions. So inshallah, against next lesson we are going to discuss on the credit transactions. That is the procedure of credit transactions in double entry system. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.